Hello and welcome back to Women's Football Talk, the YouTube channel that brings you all the latest news and stories from around the world of women's football. Now, before we get into this week's video, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on post notifications so you never miss a video of ours. And wow, it has been a busy week in the world of women's football. We have contract renewals over in Barcelona, we have a new commissioner coming in over in the NWSL, and we have another week of fixtures to look forward to. So let's start off with the new NWSL commissioner. The announcement came on Wednesday afternoon, that Jessica Berman would be the new NWSL commissioner heading forward, starting from this forthcoming season in the NWSL and going forth. So it should be a new promising time for the NWSL as they go forward, and it will be very interesting to see how much she can help the game grow in America, and let's hope it will continue to do so as she begins her 4-year term as commissioner on the 20th of April. So that's good news there in the NWSL. Over in Spain, we've had contract renewal. So Asiat Ashwala has signed a new contract with Barcelona to remain at the club for a few more seasons. You got Maria Leon has signed a new deal at Barcelona as well to remain at the club until 2024 as well. So it's good news for Barcelona in terms of getting key players that were going to be out of contract this summer down to new deals to remain at the club as they look to continue to be the most dominant team in women's football, which they certainly can do. And speaking of Barcelona, we'll have a quick look at their fixtures, because this weekend they are playing against Real Madrid at the Estadio Johan Cruyff, and should they win that on Sunday morning, they will be crowned champions of the Primera Iberdrola with 5 or 6 games left of the season. So it is all but done for Barcelona as they look to wrap up another league title. Elsewhere in the Spanish division this weekend, we have 4 games on Saturday and then 2 other games on Sunday. So we'll have a look at the Saturday fixtures. We have Eibar versus Sporting Huelva, Athletic Club Bilbao versus Madrid CFF, Real Betis versus Real Sociedad, Valencia versus Villarreal. And then on Sunday we have Rayo Vallecano versus Atletico Madrid, and Granadilla Tenerife versus Sevilla are the games to look forward to this week. Now, speaking of Atletico Madrid, they did obviously play on Wednesday against Real Madrid. However, they lost 2-0. So Real Madrid are putting on the pressure at Atletico Madrid to make sure that they can get that 3rd Champions League spot. So it's going to be very interesting to see who does get the remaining spot in the Champions League over in Spain. Next up, we have a look at the fixtures over in France. We've got 2 games tonight, with Paris FC taking on Fleury 91 and PSG taking on Montpellier. Obviously, PSG are just then 3 points behind Lyon, despite having played the same amount of games, and Montpellier are in 5th, obviously trying to catch up with Fleury 91 themselves. So it's going to be a very interesting 2 games tonight, and then look forward to the rest of the weekend. Games taking place tomorrow, the rest of them. So you got EAG Guingamp versus Stade Rennes, Saint Etienne versus Lyon, Soyo Charente versus Bordeaux, and Dijon versus ICFF. Then we head over to the Frauen Bundesliga, obviously in Germany now. 1 game tonight as FC Cologne take on VfL Wolfsburg in a game that is just about to begin in a few minutes' time. Obviously Wolfsburg are trying to continue their great season and close the gap down to Bayern Munich. Despite having that game in hand, it is still advantage Bayern Munich by 2 points. Speaking of Bayern, they travel to Hoffenheim on Saturday lunchtime at midday, so it's going to be a very tough game for Bayern Munich as they take on 3rd place Hoffenheim, which obviously Wolfsburg, if they get victory tonight, will be hoping that Hoffenheim can do them a favour. Elsewhere, the rest of the games take place on Sunday, so we have Eintracht Frankfurt versus SGS Essen, SC Sand versus Bayer Leverkusen, Freiburg versus Karl Zeiss Jena, and Werder Bremen versus Turbine Potsdam. And then finally, looking forward to the fixture-wise, before we talk about the fixtures here in England, tonight we have VV Alkmaar versus Heerenveen, again kicking off at 6:30. And then 3 games on Sunday, we have FC Twente versus Feyenoord, Excelsior Barendrecht versus PEC Zwolle, and Den Haag versus Ajax. Obviously, it's It's going to be a very, very entertaining last few weeks over in the Netherlands as FC20 and Ajax battle it out for the title, with Ajax currently having the lead by 1 point over FC20. Then there is the cup action this week in the Netherlands, the KNVB Beker, which is some very interesting games. So quarter-final stages this past week, we saw Excelsior Barendrecht beat Heerenveen 2-1, PSV put 4 past Feyenoord, and Ajax beat FC20 5-1. So we have some very good games there. So the semi-finals were drawn. They take place next weekend as PSV take on Den Haag and Ajax take on Excelsior Barendrecht, which obviously we'll look forward to more next week. And finally, let's talk about the Premier League news of the week. Congratulations are in order to Melly Leupolz of Chelsea, who announced that she is pregnant and will obviously miss the remainder of the season as she is on pregnancy leave. So congratulations to her and her partner. On the flip side, it is get well soon and sad news for Arsenal youngster Taya Goldie, as it was announced yesterday that she had ruptured her ACL and will need to undergo surgery. So the youngster will now miss the remainder of this season and quite a chunk of next season, because the usual recovery times for an ACL injury ranges somewhere. Best time she could be back is 6 months' time, so that would put it at September, and then the worst, being the full length of the 9-month recovery, would be December, January time next year. So wishing Taya Goldie a full and speedy recovery. Looking at the WSL fixtures finally for this weekend, we have Reading versus Tottenham on Saturday, Everton versus Leicester are also on Saturday evening, and then on Sunday we have Tottenham Man City, Chelsea Aston Villa, Birmingham City West Ham, and Brighton versus Arsenal. And it's all to play for at the top. 5-point game for Arsenal, however Chelsea do have those 2 games in hand over the Gunners. Right, make sure you like and subscribe, and we'll be back at the start of next week to wrap up all the fixtures and any other talking points that appear, and maybe we'll be celebrating our first league title champions as Barcelona look set to take La Liga. And until next time, like I said at the start, make sure you like and subscribe, turn on post notifications so you never miss a video of ours, and follow us on Twitter as well. And until next time, we'll see you soon.